Heyo, Omnicats and Omnikittens. Thank you for tuning in to Collected Editions, Essential Collected Editions for January 2022. How do we get here? This is my co-host Chris, aka Webhead.
Hello.
How are you doing, buddy?
It has been a long road to the end of this year. Beginning of a
Right.
new one.
Starting out a new year and new promises of books. And that reminds me that these are pulled directly from comic releases, comicreleases.com. And that's Chris's site. It is amazing. It has been upgraded with super easy to use, and it's got all of the books. It's not trade paperbacks, but it's hardcover collected editions. So like oversized hardcovers. Although you do have epic collections listed.
I do what I consider to be premium formats.
Okay.
It's like singles and TPBs are kind of the same. They just release with, whenever.
Yeah.
They solicit a comic for March, it releases in March, so is the TPBs. But all this other stuff, who knows?
Premium format.
Yeah. So I got epics and complete collections and stuff like that in there.
Right. And so if we talk about a book on here and you don't see your favorite book, we apologize. I'm just pulling, or actually it's not Chris's fault, it's my fault, because I'm just pulling the books that I think that will interest the most people. And also it's possible that any of these books we talk about could get pushed into the following months.
And have.
Yeah. I think we're going to be talking about some books that we've already talked about, maybe.
Very, very distinct possibility.
Yeah, I feel like we do that every month. I'm like, Chris, didn't we talk about this?
This looks familiar.
Yeah, Yeah, so it's possible. So we're doing our best, and we know you appreciate it, and we appreciate your watching. So let's go to the first week of January. Share screen. Nope. There we go. Okay, and it's Batgirl of Burnside, which is I think that cover's cool. I'm gonna get this. I'm surprised they didn't use the classic selfie cover.
I remember that one.
I'm surprised they didn't use that, but this is still cool.
Me too.
It's got lots of bats and she's running around in her boots and stuff. So
yeah, this is the back half of the New 52 run. After did they put out an Omni for that, right? Yeah.
Gail Simone, yeah. Yeah, and this is a revamping of her. I don't know that this is for everybody, but I like it when they revamp a character and they do it successfully. I consider this a successful revamping of Batgirl. Just because it was fun and different. So I'm getting this, and
I'm getting it.
You're getting it. Okay, good. Well, 2 for 2 right there. And then an epic, Conan Chronicles, Shadows over Kush. Kush, isn't that a type of weed, I think? I didn't mean to say that. I don't know. Hey,
Yes,
what do
did.
I know?
It's a new year.
So for you epic collectors that like Conan, here it is.
I don't know when this is from.
I don't know.
No,
oh, this looks Van Lente. This looks current. Well, but wait, the epic collections don't collect current stuff. So are you looking?
I'm looking. It's probably, if you know what this is, you'll want it. If you don't know what it is, you're probably not going to care.
Right. That's how it is for all of these books, pretty much. So are we done with this one?
Yeah, we'll move on. It's
okay.
Fine.
This is for you Marvel Masterworks collectors. Fantastic Four Volume 23. I can't see my own.
3, I think.
What does it say? It's too small for me to see.
It's 23.
23.
I love
the squinty eyes. What is that? So, and this also comes in an alternate cover that's the same, only a DM
color. Yeah.
Yeah. So for for those of you who collect your Fantastic Four in Marvel Masterworks, here's the latest, and I believe here's another one, Iron Man. This is volume 14, Marvel Masterworks, and this will also come with an alternate cover. The Invincible Iron Man. This is the first week of January 2022.
And if you're not aware, the Masterworks are standard size hardcovers for you guys out there.
And here's one of the big books. This is going to be exciting. Yeah. I'm not going to get these because I went through hell and high water to locate all these oversized hardcovers.
Nice.
I am not getting rid of those.
I was thinking about doing it. And then they announced this, and I was like, "Oh, please do more!" And then Omar got that volume 2 announcement, and I was like, "Yes!" And I'm gonna sell all my singles.
I've read through 7 of these. There are 12 of them. Then, spoiler alert: Death of Spider-Man, but omnibus. I really, really like this a lot. I would go so far as to say I love it. This comes in 3 covers. And Venom, Brian Michael Bendis did it really interesting. Venom is much different than you know him in his previous incarnation. Yeah, I really liked how different a lot of these characters were.
With the Ultimate Universe, they had a chance to kind of sit down and look at that point, I guess, 40 years of stuff and try to streamline it. You know, they had the advantage of they're hitting the same beats, but better, shorter, less goofy sometimes. You know, gives them the chance to, the Clone Saga that happens in here is obviously much, much shorter.
Oh, and I was grateful for that.
Yes,
I don't think I've read it yet, gotten there yet. Unless I read it and forgot it. I can't remember what I'm on volume 7. So did I already read it? I can't remember now because I think I stopped reading it at the beginning of 2020. So I haven't read it for a while. So I'll have to go back and look to see if
it began close to 100. Looks like
issue 100.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Began in Ultimate Spider-Man number 97 and concluded in 104. Amazing.
Yeah.
It didn't take them 8 years to do it. I don't know how.
I feel like I don't think I've got there yet. I just finished volume 7, so that sounds like it's around volume 11 or something. Anyway, highly recommend whatever cover you like. Please get this. It's really good.
Venom cover.
You like the Venom cover? Yeah, that's a classic cover. This is also a classic cover.
Right, that's number 1.
Yeah, these are really, really good books. So
I've got that staring at me over there. My number 1.
Nice.
I have the free comic book day number 1 because I'm not rich.
So yeah, definitely get this. If you're even remotely interested in Spider-Man, this is actually a great place to start. If you're overwhelmed by how much Spider-Man there is out there, you can start with this and you will be happy reading through all of it. Excuse me. You will be happy. This is a great place for beginners to start.
This is where I started when I got back into comics as a teenager. I started with Ultimate Spider-Man, so
yeah,
great place to jump in. So if you're curious about Spider-Man, definitely.
Sorry?
So if you're curious about Spider-Man, this is a great place to do it.
A book that you have zero interest in, but I can't wait to read is Silver Age Wonder Woman. This I know you have less than 0. You have in negative numbers interest probably. And
not that bad.
What's that?
Not that bad.
You're not a big Silver Age fan though, right?
Not generally. It just depends.
Yeah, this when it comes to the Silver Age, I totally get it that modern day readers aren't into it, but this is the stuff I grew up on, and so there's that nostalgia factor, and I have to take whatever Silver Age I can get from DC. It feels like it's going to be a few years before we get to the part of Superman and Batman Silver Age that I really want to read.
Yeah, because there's like 1,000 of those Golden Age ones, which I absolutely. That's where I have negative interest.
I sold those. I knew I wasn't going to read those. Yeah,
but Silver Age.
This is the first week of January still, and so I'm excited about this book. And an epic collection, The Avengers Judgment Day.
This has a cool Doom story in it too.
Yeah, I see Doom looming over everybody in the background. That's a really cool cover.
I have this epic. And I know there's a cool, I think it's like Marvel graphic novel, Emperor Doom. Yeah, that's in this book. It's pretty cool. I think it's also in the Doom Omni though, so.
Oh, okay. Moon Knight epic, Shadows of the Moon. I am
I assume that's the 80s series. Yeah, 80s stuff.
I'm gonna hold off on this in epic form, as I think they are committed to collecting as much Moon Knight as possible in anyway through the Bronze Age. Anyway, I mean the Bronze Age through almost the modern age in omnibus format, but
because we got that Moon Knight Volume 2 Omni.
Yeah, and there's the one of the my Moon Knight books are out there. The is it the Houston run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's really good. That's got an Omni coming out too. So I think they're committed to putting out a lot of Moon Knight Omnis, which is great because those Houston books are out of print. A lot of them are, or all of them are. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my set. I do have
that run's the one that got me into Moon Knight, the Houston one.
Ah, okay.
Those first few issues where Finch is the artist.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they were really, really good. And Southern Bastards, this was the best image I could get. Book 2.
And this one, I'm still not quite sure when this is actually coming out, but this is the best I got.
Okay, we think
January
it's coming
11th.
out the first week of January.
Yeah, according to Edelweiss. And then Diamond has something weird like January 5th, so it might be this week.
I feel like this has been like 4 years between books.
This thing got solicited well, I don't actually. We found it on Amazon a long time ago. It's just been floating there for like a year or two.
Yeah. And then the final book for the first week in January. Nope, I'm a liar.
Yeah.
This is in the I didn't put it in. I apologize. There's a Transformers book that I forgot to put in. Like Transformers Volume 4. I apologize. That's coming out this week too. I thought I stuck that in. But that's coming out this week. Let's see. Wait, let me go to comic releases. And let me just see what the story is on it. Declaration War, Transformers Volume 4, Declaration War. It's got Volume 4, Declaration of War, Transformers 25 through 30, the Valentine's Day Special One Shot, and Transformers Escape 1 through 5 by IDW. So there's the info on that I forgot. Mea culpa.
And it's an oversized hardcover.
Right.
Southern Bastards is a standard size hardcover.
Right. This is Aliens volume Omnibus Volume 1, and it's got 2 covers. That looks cool too.
Aliens the Original Years Volume 2.
Oh, it's Volume 2. Okay, good. I
honestly I can't care about this. I just can't.
I can't either. I'm glad it's out there for those of you who like Aliens.
Yes. I know they've been super out of print too, so that's really great for anyone that wants it.
Yeah. I can't afford to go down the aliens rabbit hole.
Nope.
Time wise.
You gotta stop. You gotta put your foot down somewhere.
Yeah. But I'm really glad that this stuff's out there now. And this is the second week of January we're talking
We'll end up in Omar's library.
Right. This is the second week of January. Avengers West Coast, Darker Than Scarlet. This is a Scarlet Witch story where it looks like she's gone crazy again.
Really like going back to that watering hole, huh?
This is something I'm not excited about. Batman versus Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, I've heard this is total garbage, which is disappointing.
Peace and love, but everybody knows how I feel about Neil Adams now versus how I felt about him in 1968 through 1975.
Yeah, like I want to read that Omni. I hope they reprint it one day. But his new stuff,
it's rough. And as a writer, he's not a good artist either anymore. So I mean, just look at that cover. It's
so wonky looking.
I feel badly because he was so great. If you want good Neil Adams, you can read Dead Man. His art is great and he wrote Dead Man really well. But that's the best I can do for you right now, except for like the first Brave and Bold omnibus, where I think he has one or two stories that aren't over inked. Anyway, buyer beware on this. This is Neil Adams writing, Neil Adams drawing, a modern Batman versus Ra's al Ghul. So let's talk about something else. Batman No Man's Land, Omnibus Volume 1. Is this a reprint? Or is this what we've been waiting for?
So we got Road to No Man's Land.
Okay.
Then we have actual No Man's Land.
Okay, good.
It's great because I've never read a lot of this. I didn't. I started reading Batman like around Infinite Crisis, and never really went back a lot. So this is all cool because these are supposed to be great stories, and now they're in omnis. So
yeah, I have these in the trades. I still haven't read them yet. I read them back in the day in floppies, but I don't remember any of that. So but I do remember liking it, and I did get the trades. So I highly recommend anybody that's interested in Batman. This is a good story that people have been looking forward to, and I think it's really big, right?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a fatty. Well, it's only 125. Maybe it's not that big. They probably split it into two because it would just be absurd to try to squeeze it into one.
Okay. Yeah.
This is 1,100 pages.
That's still pretty big.
It's hefty.
How big is Books of Magic Volume 2? Because I know Volume 1 was huge.
Yeah, I do remember that one being pretty big.
This is the second week of January.
Is wow! It's almost 1,500 pages.
Wow. Okay, so we've got
that's a big boy.
Two huge ones, Volume 1 and Volume 2, Books of Magic. I loved Books of Magic all the way through. I had them in floppies, so I'm very excited to get Volume 2, and I have Volume 1. So if you have Volume 1, you're on board, and you should definitely get Volume 2. And this is still the second week in January 2022. Here's the Alex Ross cover. They're splitting them up when they get released.
Silly.
X-Men 1. This is the first one that's been out of print for 85 years and going for $300 on eBay. I probably am going to get this, but I'm not going to enjoy it.
Don't get it, Jess. Just leave it. You don't need it.
I will say Volume 2 that I'm looking forward to coming out. That's already been. I think I've already ordered that. Volume 2 has a lot of Neil Adams art that's really great, and the story picks up, and it's really good. This is for hardcore X-Men fans.
Then you might want to tread lightly if you haven't read these before, because they are very Silver Age.
Very. They are ponderous. We've got a couple of ponderous releases here in this month. But I think the place to start, if you're into the Silver Age, is Volume 2. That's got great art, great stories, not hard to follow.
I know Roy Thomas starts writing at some point. Is that Volume
that's
3?
in Volume 2.
Okay.
And that's where I really enjoyed it.
I mean, Stan Lee, bless his heart, but most of these books get better when someone else takes over from Stan.
But this has been a whaliest of whales for countless years, and so this is a big deal that it's getting reprinted. And this is X-Men Mutant Massacre and
printing
reprint, right?
The second reprint.
And this is the alternate cover, which I like better. The more I look at this cover, the less happy I am that I own it. I think this cover is much better. I own this cover
variant this time.
Sorry?
I think this time they had a different variant.
This is the variant.
Yeah, I think the variant's different this time.
This is what I got. Are you saying this is not? This is what I got from
your
site.
That may not be the same variant. No, this is the current one. I'm saying last time they did it, I think they did a different cover.
Okay. I didn't know they had a variant last time. I just got
Or maybe that's what it was. When
I
they did the first reprint, maybe there wasn't a variant.
Yeah, I got the original one. Oh, no. Okay, this is an omnibus, whereas this used to be a hardcover, I think.
That's right, actually. You're right. Because first there's an OHC, then there was an omnibus, which I got, and then this is a reprinting of that.
Okay, and this has extra stuff that the hardcover did not.
Right, but this is the second printing.
Okay, right. Got it now. So here it is, Mutant Massacre, second week of January. And this is the last book for the second week in January. I kept the link open because this looked interesting. Falcon Spear. This is... No, I did not keep it open. This is Mignolaverse. I kept a different Mignolaverse. He's a vampire hunter. And they're wondering what happened to him and where he went. So this sounds really interesting to me. I kept a different Mignolaverse book open. Actually, it's the last one we're going to cover. But this is the last book in the second week of January. Falcon Spear, a famous vampire hunter. Jack Kirby, Fourth World, Absolute, Volume 2.
Them dudes is big.
Yeah, but I love that cover with him with a cigar.
Yeah.
I just love that. I think that this is really good of DC to put these out in absolute formats. So this is the Fourth World stuff, and it's the second volume of where he has started, New Genesis, everything else, Forever People, New Gods, Dark Side, all those guys, Mr. Miracle, etc. And this is the third week in January. A Hawkeye, the Avenging Archer epic is coming out the third week in January. And these are two covers for Savage Sword of Conan, Volume 6. That is a really boss cover.
In the continuing 800 series of
Conan, which I gave up on. Not because it wasn't good, just because
there's too many, man.
I really dig Savage Sword because that was the magazine format where they could do whatever they wanted, pretty much. Not whatever they wanted, but he was much more violent, and there's a little more sultry women and stuff in it. It was good for a teenage boy like me. But after Volume 5, I don't know anything about Conan because that was my wheelhouse. The first 5, Savage Sword and Conan the Barbarian. But I will say this is a cool cover. For those of you who are going to collect Conan, this is volume 6, third week in January. And this is a hardcover of Black Hammer Visions, which is other writers and artists other than Jeff.
Around in the Black Hammer universe.
Yeah. There's volume 1, and this is volume 2. And I'm going to wait to get this because I bet this just gets another huge volume. And if it doesn't, I'll just go back and get these.
I think it's going to be like the Magnolia hardcovers, like those BPRD ones they put out. That's probably all they're going to put out.
Or they just stay that size?
I think it will be.
All right. Well, maybe I better get these first two then. This is volume 2, third week of January. Firefly Return to the Earth That Was. And Greg Pak is still writing it. Now, this is one that I kept open because this sounded interesting to me. This is the last book of the third week of January. Let me see. Let me read the description of this. LaGuardia, the deluxe edition from Dark Horse Burger Books. On a planet Earth bursting with integrated extraterrestrial life, pregnant Dr. Future Nwafor, Chukwuebuka is fleeing Nigeria under mysterious conditions. Her fiance doesn't know she's left, and she's smuggling an illegal sentient plant into New York City. There she'll be thrown into a vibrant immigrant community of humans and aliens fighting for social justice, facing her past and her unexpected future. But come to America, you must go through LaGuardia Interstellar and International Airport, and it's still under construction. This is by, Nnedi Okorafor, illustrated by Tana Ford. Nnedi Okorafor. So this sounded interesting to me, and I just thought I'd put it out there for everybody who's into something new and different. This is Burger Books, Karen Berger, who started out, of course, with Vertigo and made such an impact there. This was the last book of the third week, and we come to the last week of January. Everybody needs to get this if you don't already have it. This is All-Star Superman, the deluxe edition.
And you can still get the Absolute, too, if you're into that kind of thing.
This is a great cover. I love this cover. I got this in Absolute, but if you're not into Absolutes, if deluxe is more your speed, you need to get this. This is Grant Morrison. It is most accessible with Frank Quitely art, which is fantastic. And this is a great Superman story. Great Superman story. One of the best. And then we have volume 1 reprint of the Silver Age Doctor Strange. This is cool, though. Look at this cover. That's Steve Ditko, I think. And that's a cool DM. But yeah, this is not your speed. This is my speed. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. That's a cool cover. That's the cover I have. Had I known this existed, I would have waited for this. Last week of January, and then there's Doctor Strange. This is volume 2. So this is new. I need to get this because this is the follow-on, I believe, to volume 1. So Doctor Strange is always trippy and weird and wacky and wonderful, I think. I just love some of the craziness that they let Doctor Strange do.
One day I might try it out just because I like the weirdness.
Yeah, for weirdness, you might like the 90s Doctor Strange. The early 90s. I personally liked that run.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give that a shot digital at some point.
Yeah, try it digitally first. It is trippy. And it's not when anybody says 90s comics, everybody goes 90s. But Doctor Strange was actually pretty cool in the early 90s, I think. Gen 13. Speaking of the 90s, I'm totally getting this. I'm totally into Gen 13 for some reason. When I went to Pittsburgh to visit Taylor Brown, I picked up a bunch of Gen 13 trades. And I think this deluxe only collects one of them, or one of the couple stories in one of the trades. I got like 8 trades and 9 trades, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't double dip, and I didn't with this one. I don't know why I'm into it, because I don't know anything about it. It just looks really cool. This is one where I
absolutely oozes 90s.
Yeah, but I think I've heard these are pretty good stories, and I'll start with this and then read all those trades, and I'll let you know. This is me impulse buying. I thought Gen 13 sounded interesting, so I totally know nothing about it though. Nothing. I didn't pay attention to any Wildstorm stuff, Top Cow, whatever this was, Wildstorm, DC, Jim Lee, whatever it is. But it sounded cool to me, so I'm getting it. I already ordered it, so it's on its way someday.
Sometimes you just got to try stuff.
Sorry?
Sometimes you just got to try stuff.
Yeah. And you can try this. This is a reprint of Volume 1 of the famous Peter David Hulk run. There's the Seth MacFarlane. There's the wait, why what's his name?
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane. Seth MacFarlane. He's Family Guy, right? Yeah.
Very different.
Both creative.
In very different ways.
Yeah. Here's the Hulk by Peter David. So I have this, but I haven't read it yet. It's on its 4th volume already, I think. Where are my Hulk books?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Hulk is blocking whatever number I have, but I think there's 4 of them.
I don't think we have them all, but yeah, I think 4 have been solicited.
Right. Whatever. This is Volume 1. I highly recommend it.
Comes out in April.
April. Okay.
4 now.
This is supposed to be This is supposed to be great, and I'm really looking forward to eventually reading it sometime in my lifetime. I will get to it soon.
I mean, once they release Volume 4, I'll probably try and tear through it.
Yeah. I think 4 is
just
the
more
final
fun to read the stuff
volume.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, last week of January, Peter David's Incredible Hulk with Bob McFarlane on the cover. Madman Volume 2. I can't wait for this. I love Madman. These books are beautiful. Huge, oversized hardcovers.
They are big.
Glorious art.
These are library size, I think.
Yes, they are. By Dark Horse. I love Michael Allred. I love his wife's coloring. I love everything about it. I love his writing. I'm a huge Allred fan, so I'm a sucker for this. This was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I bought the first one, so
good.
I guess he said there's going to be like 6 of them.
6,
everyone was like, "Oh God."
That's okay with me, man. I'll take 12. Flash by Jeff Johns, Omnibus Volume 3, which finishes
now
out.
They're getting into stuff that was not in the original Omnis for these.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So what they did with the Omnis, if you're not aware, is it used to be 3 and they condensed it down to 2. And then this 3rd volume is new stuff.
Oh, so I need to get this then.
Yes.
Because I only have the original 3.
This includes Flash Rebirth, the first one. The Flash run he did that leads up to Flashpoint.
Okay.
And I think and Flashpoint itself.
Okay. I can't.
And some other stuff.
I can't see over to my Flash shelf right now. I may have that stuff, but it sounds like I may want to take a look at this then, because it's.
Yeah, look at the contents, see if you got them.
Okay.
I mean, I have the Flashpoint Omni, so that's kind of annoying that they put that in here, because I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, it's kind of nice to have that fill in.
Yeah. Okay. I will definitely take a look at the contents of this because that got by me. That
Yeah.
this had this had new stuff included in it.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't aware, first two Omnis are like rearranged from the 3 down to 2. So
Better
this is
binding.
actual new stuff.
Okay, good. Good info. Thank you. Last week of Last week of January.
You just scroll by.
I should just scroll right through these. Oh my god, there's another X-Men. This is that's a really cool cover for this is the first volume of Thor. Also a really whaley whale that I didn't think was ever going to get a reprint like X-Men. Here's the original cover, of course.
I ended up being a sucker, and I'm buying these Thor ones.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Even I'm not getting these.
I know.
These are historical artifacts.
It's rough to start.
Oh,
and I know that it gets better, but it's really rough.
It gets better around Jason Aaron.
Hey.
Okay.
You forget my boy Walt.
Walt Simonson, great. Although I sold it, but that's an awesome run. I'm just devoting my life to the Jason Aaron run and calling it quits. But the point is, this thing was a super whale forever, and you get choice of 2 covers, final week of January. And if you've been waiting for this for your whole lifetime, here it is.
Yeah.
And here's the original cover to the first X-Men, which we already ripped apart about 20 minutes ago. Buyer beware, but here it is. I'm trying to stay positive. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. Daredevil Epic Going Out West. I think this is by Gene Colan. No, who's this by?
He's one of them.
Gene Colan?
Conway.
Oh, Conway. Okay, Jerry Conway.
And that must be Steve Gerber.
That's the only
Gerber I know.
I'm not familiar with this period of Daredevil, so here's the epic for those of you who are into it.
This is probably the period we'd call before Frank Miller.
Right. And Flash Gordon comic strips. These are gorgeously illustrated. And these are famous comic strips for those of you out there who know about comic strips. You'll be picking this up because this is some beautiful stuff. And I think this is the last one, Tales from the Outerverse. This is a Mignola book, and I kept that one open to describe it because this is just a Dark Horse book. Author Mike Mignola, Christopher Golden, illustrated by Peter Bergting, Michelle Madsen. A new version, mythical hero Kajakaru the Skinner returns from the grave. The legendary golem awakens, and the powerful Warder Imogen pursues her foes in this stunning collection of stories from Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden's world of witches and warriors. Okay, I'm in. Delve deep into the mysteries of some of the greatest heroes to challenge the outer dark and gain a rare glimpse into why they fight and where it may lead them. Collects Kojakaru, the Skinner, 1 and 2. The Golem Walks Among Us.
Every time
I know. The Golem Walks Among Us, 1 and 2. And Imogen of the Wording Way, 1 shot. These are all made up names, so I'm not offending anybody.
How could I be expected to pronounce this stuff?
Yeah, I'm not.
It's like reading a Lord of the Rings book. Come on.
So this sounds cool to me. I wasn't aware of this, and I'm definitely getting this. And that's it for January. That's all the last week of January. That's the last week of January. And we can go over things really quickly. If you want to? Thumbnails.
There's not a crazy number of books here.
No.
48 total, and that doesn't. It's obviously less because of all the variant covers.
Yeah, so
it's probably like 30 books.
Yeah. We'll go through it really quick. Wanda goes crazy. Neil Adams goes crazy.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't started doing variant covers for epics yet.
Oh, for epics?
You know they've thought about it.
Yeah, I don't really collect epics, so I'm not really sure.
They haven't yet. Not that I've seen.
Yeah. I do have some epics, but it's not the prime focus of my collection.
Yeah, same. I try to stick to hardcovers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we're coming to the end of January here with this book. Okay. So that is what's coming out in January that we know about. And you can find those books and more at comicreleases.com, Chris's website, where he has meticulously put out a fantastic list of everything that's coming out, and he's constantly working on it because things keep getting moved around.
I need to write a pot for myself because it's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah, what last time we talked, didn't you say like you had to move 90 things or something?
Yeah, 90.
91.
391,
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
I put it in the news post because I needed everyone to know that I have 91 books. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's up to date. He works on it constantly to keep it up to date. So I urge you to go to comicreleases.com to get information on all the upcoming collected editions of your dreams. And you can find me, OmniDog, on OmniDog's Vault, obviously, and OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram. Chris, anything else you'd like to plug, talk about, excited about, care about?
Yeah, not a ton. I started reading Sandman, so I'm
good. You've never read that?
I haven't.
Okay, good. I'm due for a
I see all these
of that.
million Sandman things in the books of magic, and I'm like, well, I got like 5 Omnis to read, I guess.
Yeah, I'm due for a reread of Sandman. Okay, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and feel free to comment on this video. I appreciate everybody watching, and peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you, Chris, for joining me.
Always a pleasure.